free spirit, imagination so vivid. No limit, they lay in the grass till the light was low. Laughing with the garden gnomes, they were a free spirit. I feel them in their laughing still. And I needed to define my adulthood for myself. Those who taught me to deny subtle magic, they are needing some help. 'Cause growing old is not at fault. The elder's vision sees it all. And the body remembers when it held a free spirit. Free spirit. Imagination so vivid. No limit. They'd lay in the grass till the light was low. Laughing with the garden gnomes, they were a free spirit, and I know they're in there laughing still, yeah. I do not turn away from them. The song is about me as a kid. Like pre-puberty, I literally would play in the forest and in the field and in the water, and I would play with gnomes and fairies. As I grew up, my parents would call them imaginary friends. They weren't really taken seriously. The relationships that I had with these elemental angels, I had friends from the other side of the veil, and they supported me day to day. There's a magic in that, being able to help yourself with a community of light beings and souls. That's something that I want in my adulthood. That's something I called back into my adulthood. The first time that I knew my guardian angel from childhood was real, I was about to return back to the site of a really intense sexual trauma I'd had, which I now realize was very related to my dysphoria. Wow, my chest dysphoria. That's crazy. Wow, makes sense. But I was preparing to go back there. It was like the second year of the festival. And in preparation, I was like, I could go to bed right now and just feel whack and anxious and try and sleep this off, or I could smoke some weed and try and integrate some of this. Weed's been a really big help for me in that way. And so I smoked some weed, and I remember I have this Golden Botticelli tarot deck that I originally got to read for each other, at Wreck Beach in the summertime, casual, had a little booklet. That's how my tarot practice started. But this moment was the first time I actually utilized the deck, and I opened it up and it said to do this type of spread. So I did this big spread, and the first card that I flipped was the star. And in this deck, it's the stars. So I flipped the stars over, and the women on this card look exactly like my angel. And I felt it in every inch of my body that it was her coming back to me as an adult. I looked up, and the full moon was framed perfectly in the open window right in front of me, and there was a big chunk of amethyst right behind me. And that was how I re-met my guardian angel. That's what this song is about. This song is about allowing ourselves to be fucking magic, because we're magic. When we think about what magic is, what it is to be interdimensional, to be intuitive, to be tapped in, we are all these things, and we can continue to embrace these gifts and this gift of our magicity. Great word, magicity. Ooh, let's do it. We're allowed to hold on to and embody our magicity as adults. We don't need to be kids or elders in order to deeply own our spirituality, our magicity, and the reverence that we have for the part of ourselves that knows is allowed to be something that's constant. So that's what this song is about. It's about how I bring light in. And I think that folks who are in denial of that subtle magic could use some help. I do. And may this be a help to them. May this song, even just the feeling of the song be a help to them. And I think that's the power of music, is that it transmits feeling in a way that can be really powerful. I honestly am in a phase where I'm not listening to a lot of music. Do I even listen to music right now? I'm just on a podcast kick, to be honest. I have not listened to much music lately, except for Eternal Light by the Free Nationals on repeat, because that song is a good vibe all the way through. I love that song. That song makes me feel great. I just find that I'm very sensitive to music. You know, I hope that this song can help you feel pumped up and amped up too. I wrote this song, Free Spirit, 2.5 years ago in Toronto. I actually wrote it the same session as Man Like That. Originally, Akil Henry and I wrote it together. It was our first time being in the studio together. We were actually, I went to his studio to get a solo for him at the end of Wide Open Ocean, which he co-produced with President Jeff, also from Toronto. So that's originally why I went to the studio that day. We did not record that piano solo, but we did make Man Like That and Free Spirit in like a 4-hour session. Top to bottom of the song was just popped out of me. And him. Like, that dude's a beast, so talented. Smile High reproduced the song this past winter, 2021, here in LA, in Studio City. A beautiful studio that, if you guys watch my Instagram stories, it's just like fucking view of the valley and the mountains. So gorgeous, big windows. Ah, love it there. Squeeze House. Shout outs. Smiles really slayed it too. Super talented dude. And just such a sweetheart. Stoked that he was able to re-up the tune. I hope that you like it. Do you like it? How does the song make you feel? What does it bring up for you in your life? I wanted to share what my story of it was, and I invite you to share what your story and experience of the song is. It's so funny because once we release a song and allow it to just be out in the world, it's no longer ours. Like, this song is now going to have as many different experiences as times it gets streamed or played. I will never know the extent of that. The experience for me with this song, the most important one, was writing it. That for me, that experience of catharsis is so beautiful, and I really haven't been writing much lately. I think I'm in a time of so much transition and change that naming my experience authentically in a song makes me feel a little bit afraid, because there's so much that's going on inside me, so much change that sometimes it's too vulnerable or tender to pinpoint it. Life, hey? Life! Great. You're doing great. And so am I. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So I hope you like the track Free Spirit. Also, let me know who you hear on this song as a feature. I've been talking to a couple people. If you have anyone specifically that you would want to hear drop a verse on this song and share their piece around it, share their voice, share their magic, share the emotion of their music, please let us know. And that's it. Thank you. And deuces, I'm clear as day. I'm feeling crystal clear, and that's all I gotta say. Yeah.